say my biggest positive with this film is absolutely Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Their chemistry in this movie is fantastic. And the great thing about them too is the dialogue. The dialogue between the two actually felt very natural in my opinion. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Owen DeBrinker, and today I'm going to review the latest romantic drama film, We Live in Time. This is the latest A24 film that's directed by Josh Crowley and stars Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. An up-and-coming chef and a recent divorcee find their lives together change when a close encounter brings them together in a decade-spanning, deeply moving romance. So, I have a chance to see a very early screening of this film. I got a chance to see this film at a British Film Festival at Palace Cinemas in Coburg. If you guys live in Melbourne, you know what that cinema is. Because this movie is meant to come out like at the end of January next year. Which, bloody hell, I hate Australia release dates sometimes, where they release Oscar contender movies at the start of next year, even though there are 2024 movies. Like, for example, Nosferatu. I am praying there's a very early screening of that movie before the end of the year, because I really want to see that film, and even A Complete Unknown I really want to see. And yes, We Live in Time is definitely one of them. It's meant to come out at the end of next year. But I am lucky enough to see a very early screening of this film, so I give my early review to you guys who have lived in Australia. And I was excited for this film. I do love Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. I love romantic drama films. The movie looks very tear-jerking. It looks like it could be a possible Oscar contender movie. And I gotta say, guys, I'm gonna give my honest opinion here. I think this is a good movie. I think this is a really good, simple, light-hearted romantic drama with a great chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. But it's not a movie that I would say, okay, I will absolutely remember this year. But it's not a bad movie at all. This is a good movie. I just didn't find it great in my opinion. I would say my biggest positive with this film is absolutely Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Their chemistry in this movie is fantastic. And the great thing about them too is the dialogue. The dialogue between the two actually felt very natural in my opinion. Florence Pugh's character you definitely feel the most sympathy for in this film because she wanted to have this dream as a chef, but she has to also battle cancer that she's been having. And of course it's very heartfelt for her character, but Florence Pugh is fantastic in the film. If this film is an Oscar contender movie, I wouldn't mind seeing Florence Pugh getting a Best Supporting Actress nomination, because she is absolutely phenomenal in this film. And so is Andrew Garfield. Whenever you see Andrew Garfield on screen, you just feel that likable presence within him. He's just that likable in this film, and their chemistry together, I enjoyed it throughout this film. That is definitely one of my biggest positives with this film, is absolutely their chemistry with one another. This film definitely has some heartwarming moments, and what's really surprising about this film is also really hilarious. There are some naturally funny moments in this film. Most of the funny moments are like one of those relatable comedy moments, where you feel very related to it, but at the same time you kill yourself laughing within it, and I thought the comedy of this film is very natural, but of course there are some emotional and tear-jerking moments that I also think it's developed very, very well. And it's just from the performances from them too. They've made it very believable. This film goes in different time frames of time throughout their romance in the film. This film is not in chronological order, so the film definitely goes into different times of their romance. And there are times in the film where it does feel a little bit messy, but most of the time I was invested in the time frames of this film. It's trying to do something a little bit different, and I thought it did it really well. This is a very simple review for me because this film has everything you needed for a romantic drama, especially for a simple one. This film is funny, but this film is also very touching, very emotional. I can hear a couple of sniffles throughout the theater, so this film did something right. This is a very light-hearted romantic drama film, but I would say to me my biggest issue with the film is that there's nothing about this film that I would say, okay, it blew my mind or anything. This film goes a bit too simple. You know exactly where this film is going to go. Even though the story of the film is simple enough to enjoy, and I do think Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh really made this movie good. It really helped this movie, and it saved the movie. But I didn't think to me this movie felt, yeah, this is something new. You know, it's basically something that's like, yeah, we've seen these romantic movies so many times, but this movie just did it more uniquely. But if I say this film is simple to enjoy, that's not a problem, because We Live in Time is absolutely one of those movies that if you're big fans of romantic dramas, if you're a big fan of those two actors, this film won't disappoint you. And I'm not saying this film disappointed me. I didn't think it was great, but I do think this film is a good, simple romance drama film with some hilarious moments, but also some really good, touching moments. But it's not a film that I would say I'm going to remember this year, to be honest with you. But of course, overall guys, We Live in Time is still a movie that I would recommend you guys to see, especially for romantic drama fans. I think Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield have an excellent chemistry with one another. This film has some sweet moments, there are some tear-jerking moments, but to me it's not a film that I would say, okay, it blew my mind or anything. It's just a simple romantic drama film with some really good, heartwarming moments. It's a very sweet film, you know, you walk out of it still feeling pretty happy about yourself. I think the film is directed very well, but definitely Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh is one of the biggest reasons you should go check out this film, because their performance in the film is fantastic and their dialogue feels very, very natural. So yes, when this film comes out next year, next month, basically the end of next month, I would say definitely check this movie out, especially if you're romance movie fans. I would say for We Live in Time, definitely go see this film at a matinee price. So guys, that is my review for We Live in Time. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.